eat like slaves anymore because we're not slaves. If you cannot control what you eat, then you cannot control what you feel. Eat your largest meals in the middle of the day, not the end of the day.
What part the homeostasis plays, you're on your way to healing yourself. The homeostasis is the internal environment where your body is at its ultimate functionality for healing. Just keep in mind that everything that is happening to you is happening for you.
Hey, Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I am Carolyn, and you are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. And today we're going to talk about foods that heal. So this is the first show of 2025, so I'm still within that space of being able to say Happy New Year. So please go ahead and share the live. We are live streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. So thank you all so much for joining us. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Dr. Farid Zarif, and go ahead and give the thumbs up on everything. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you are on YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. I said that twice. But I'm excited because it's 2025, it's a new year, and we are ready to get it going. Dr. Zarif, go ahead and join me here on stage so we can get the party going. Woo-hoo.
All right.
I got a bed, right. So you can see a little feather. There it is.
What's behind us is behind us. What's in front is in front. We're ready to go, everybody. Thank you for being here this morning. As you see, Kara is setting the pace for another beautiful year. We want to do something really incredible this year. We want to act on more than we did last year. Yes. Okay? So let's say it. If you say it, let's do it. Let's make sure that you are doing the things that will accomplish these goals that you're setting, and we'll be on our way. Really, really excited. Want to also announce that we're starting our classes back at Mount Tabor Missionary Baptist Church in Los Angeles. You can, those of you that, of course, attend the church, find out more information from Michelle Franklin, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. We're just going to get in shape. This is something else. Instead of us getting older and you can't move and you're hurting and all that stuff. No, we're doing something else to the clock this time. Yes. What we're going to do is we're going to have fun instead of just falling apart. It's just really important to take care of yourself, because in taking care of yourself, we can get the ultimate out of this wonderful life. I also want to give a shout out to Tabitha Brown. Look, this sister is so incredible, and things that she's doing for herself and her family. What a great example. I love her, the whole idea of her husband working with her, and with her working with her husband, it's just a beautiful, it's like a dream come true. I mean, I'm very excited about the things to come, and there are a lot of other leaders out there too, but I just wanted to say that because it deserves saying. It's just really a beautiful thing. Yeah. So as we go into this new year, I'm sorry, go ahead, Kara, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just piggybacking off what you said. I said, I love Tabitha. She's great. She's just a great person,
Absolutely.
I've seen her or met her that one time, or really saw her because I didn't really introduce myself. But it was back when you were actually on a panel with her at the Cafe. This
yes,
pre-COVID, but you can tell. I mean, she's just a great person, just all around, smiles, happy, just cheerful. So I'm just happy with what all the things that she's accomplished so far, and the opportunities and things that come her way. She's just a great person. I love to see good things happen to good people, you
There
know.
you go.
Yeah.
Why don't, speaking about good people, why don't you give a shout out for Instagram and the wonderful Facebook?
All right, here we go. Well, I got here Allison Gentle saying good morning, family and friends. Hey, Dad, happy New Year
Hey,
to you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Shirley Gentle Smart, good morning. Happy Saturday. Yes, happy Saturday. Absolutely. Dar Darciel. Happy New Year 2025. Yes. Happy New Year to you. I'm being a little silly, but Happy New Year. I'm just happy to be here. Gerald Nelson. Oh, that's Pi. Pi. Hello, Pi. James Norman. Happy New Year, Dr.
Yay, Ty.
Sister Carolyn. Happy to see you guys.
Oh,
Continue to share message. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Shirley Love. Peace and blessings from San Diego. Thank you. I appreciate that. Happy New Year and great to see
San
everyone
Diego.
here in the new year.
Yes,
That's a
indeed.
great sign, meaning you are ready to get some great information about foods that heal. That's the topic today, and how to bring in or have a healthier new year. And we're absolutely down for that.
Well, you know, is the thing I want you to do, everybody, is like to put your comments. We'd love to hear from you. There's things that you want to say. Let's see if we can, even we can bring Pi. We got Payamba and Wale Mu from Detroit is on the line, my dear brother, and we may even have another guest there, brother David. We might we might like get him on here too today. We want to go ahead and talk about these foods that heal. So let's get right into it. I'm going to see if we can just add this right here to the stage, and we're going to talk about a few things. Before we get into it, I want to just say thank you, everybody that's been just remarkable when it comes to supporting us. We're getting more and more favorable and loving remarks about taking care of our bodies. And now some people, it's good to depend on the doctor, it's good to depend on or to use these as tools to make us feel better. But isn't it wonderful that we can be alive and be youthful and be energetic, eating great foods, being in great company? That's life.
Yes.
And for those of you that's been working all your life, and that's all you've been doing, and then from there you just got off of that job and went to another job, and instead of resting, you're constantly working. Let's see if we can get more balance to that. Okay.
Absolutely. So, and just before you start, I just want to say I dropped the link in the chat on YouTube for Payamba, just in case. That's the invite link.
Oh, great. Good. Yeah. So those, and I would love if James Norman can come up too. That'd be really wonderful. Let's make it happen. Let's have a great time. When we talk about healing, this is something that we definitely can do. All of us can do. So we need to heal. And healing isn't that you're sick or you're injured or you're somewhere, where, no other person can help you. We're talking about healing from things that we just naturally go through. Naturally meaning that these are just some of the things that happens with the human body. One of the things is that we know that, for instance, even from birth, you have 300 bones. And then as you grow into an adult, that 300 becomes 206 bones. That's just an example of what the body is constantly doing. Now, some people want to remain babies. They know I don't ever want to get older. But this isn't the natural progress of things. So trust the process and allow yourself to grow and to be lovingly healthy. So as we continue on here, so many things I want to say. I want you to look at this. This is really important here because what we're looking at are all of the different systems in our body. And when we're eating these different foods, our systems are being fed, or our systems are being balanced or strengthened by the food that we're eating. And this is super important because when we eat the foods that support the brain and the stomach and the liver and the colon and the bladder and so forth, all of this is super important to a long living life. Now, if you took most of your life, or you use most of your life, the different products that you've eaten over the years, you may not have as much of the, let's just say this, that the risks are higher when you don't eat healthier food, and your risks are lower when you do eat healthier food. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at some of the things that I'm going to enlarge this here so that you can see. When you're looking at the oxygen, the carbon, the hydrogen, the nitrogen, all of this, most of what we breathe in isn't oxygen, is actually a nitrogenous mixture. And this is something that, the more that we know ourselves, the better that we can serve ourselves. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to enlarge here. Good. Okay. So this is some of the other parts of the body. Let's just look at it like this. From our head to our toe, we have the opportunity to feed this body with nutrients that will keep us healthy. Our body is made of 3% nitrogen, hydrogen, 10% hydrogen, 18% carbon, and 65% oxygen. So we are this living vessel, and it isn't as maybe as complex on some, sometimes, is it that complex? Well, if you take care of your body takes care of you. And understanding that, the other thing that we got to understand, or at least be about, are the women are different than the men. Females are not built like males. Males are not built like females. And I know the whole story of, when people are doing different things and all that. But when I mean doing things, the world is changing. And as the world is changing, there are a lot of other things changing, including the way that we look at the human body. Now we move on to some of the ways to help your body heal. So as we get into this, did we get in there? Let me see. Kara, did we actually get where one of the, like, Pyemba and Wally Moo or James? Can we bring them up? Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. Yes, Pyemba has joined us in the studio.
All right. Bring Pi on up.
Okay.
Okay. I'll add him. I can add him to stage
Okay.
here. Pyemba and Wally Moo, welcome.
Yes, glad to be here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. What a great way to start the year off.
Yes, yes.
Great. I'm going to bring that. Good. Now we got it going on. You're looking great, my brother. You're looking great.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good for an 81-year-old. I'm in that century. So, 81. But like I say before, we've done the first quarter of this century. Only 75 more years to go. So let's get there.
Yes, indeed. That sounds really, really optimistic there. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Well, brother, Pi, I wanted to introduce you to everybody. Pyemba Wally Moo is one of the most incredible males people that I've ever met in my life. This is a man that has been right by my side and helped guide me through some really hard times in life. He's always been there to support me, mentor, brother, father figure. We kind of use the father figure when it's convenient for me. but Payimba has been just absolutely wonderful. We've traveled together. We've we've gone on camping expeditions together. We've had the children of the corn. We'll probably share some of those things with you. But today, I just wanted to make sure that we are speaking, or you get a chance to meet one of the most incredible people on the planet. And Payimba is also a physicist. He's brilliant all around. When I was about I think I was about 14 or nearly 14, this is when I first started with martial arts. I started in martial arts. I think I was about somewhere in there. Payimba used to teach at Franklin Wright Settlement in Detroit. And I remember I used to come in and sneak in the class. It was sneaking because Payimba didn't say, "Hey, who are you?" I would just come and I get in the class. And I remember the day that I went to his class, one of the things that we were talking about the what is healthier, Wonder Bread or and then he said would it be, I think it was eggs or it was something like a mixture to make a protein drink. This is before all the powders and all that stuff. And most of the class said Wonder Bread. And then he said, "Okay, you believe that, huh?" And then he broke it down to us because we were thinking that, just like on the commercial, Wonder Bread, build strong bodies 12 ways. You remember that, Karen? So anyway, it's really, really wonderful that you're here today. And we're talking about foods that heal. So please share with us some of the things that you may think that's important for us to know about those foods that heal.
And James, I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say, James Harmon said that he would like to join, but he's at work right now. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Payimba. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, one thing I was going to say that they have really put out and it's really affected our thinking is that just the notion of white things. They project that white things are all pure, white things are the best and all of this. But when you really look at it, when you get closer to death, you turn white. And a lot of the foods that have been de-Germanized and weakened are white. White rice, white flour, white sugar. And so this is some of the things that you might just focus on, but because we have been indoctrinated with the idea that white is pure, we don't recognize this off the bat. We don't see them as dangerous foods to consume. So that's just one small tip. And I've heard Dr. Zarif say this many times, the closer to nature, the healthier you are. And this is true. If you don't know anything, you can get clues from nature. You watch, for example, there is no animal that drinks milk after it's weaned except for man. And we don't even drink mother's milk. We drink cow's milk, designed for a 1,200-pound animal. So, I mean, and there's no animal on earth that cooks its food besides man. And, when you cook your food, you kill the enzymes at about 168 degrees. Therefore, you need support to digest this type of food. The best food is raw. So those are just some tips for people that want to start. And, when you tell them get into healthy eating, they say, but I'm so far away from that. I can't be a vegan. I can't be this. I can't be that. Just start. Start by observing nature.
Excellent, brother. That's excellent. With some of the things, I know that one of the things that's super important and that we look over real easily are the simple foods, the ones right at our fingertips.
Right.
That can help us, especially when it comes to healing. Now, this one of the things that we you just mentioned was cooking, and that's a really wonderful point to bring out, because we don't have bears and tigers and so forth don't stop and cook their food or start up a fire. So we're definitely different. But one point that I wanted to make here is that many people feel that we're carnivorous, and some people call themselves carnivores. And I just want to make a point to folks that think like that, is that a carnivore is like a lion, tiger, alligator. These are carnivores, the ones that jump right on your hip and just bite a plug out your butt, or something that in the neck, it like the lions suffocate. It's not what people think, because they eat meat, that they're carnivores. No, we're omnivores. That means that we eat a mixture of things, but we're also intelligent. We cook. And when we cook foods, we also design and we flavor, and a whole different thing than saying a carnivore. So those of you that are saying that, think about that before you actually use it, because you'll find that we have some traits of a carnivore, and that is that there are some things that we may eat that are raw, but nothing like eating, chasing a live sentient being and then jumping on it and eating it, killing it, and then having to fight off all the hyenas or whatever. It's a whole different world. So when we're talking about all these things, we're talking about some of the things that that you can relate to. The other thing about the foods that are like with rice, like Chief Payamba and Wally Mood was saying, that the rice, or when a food is being processed, these are foods that are the nutrients are being taken away from them, and it's not about your life and human life. It's about shelf life for these manufacturers. They want they want the food to last for years, and we talked about forever foods before. Those foods that will last for years upon years. You can take a Twinkies and send it to the moon and back, and in 15 years it'll be the same thing of Twinkies, because of all the preservatives in the food. Payamba, now you said that you're 81 years old right now. What are there any distinct differences that you feel, or some things? What are some of the advantages that you
Well,
think?
I don't think it's the age that you say, well, they told me I was going to feel like this when I was 80. No, it isn't the number of years. It's the lack of attention that you pay along the way. It's how you treat your body, how you eat, and how you exercise, and these things. And then the circumstances you get in. Like I spent about 8 years taking care of my mother who had dementia. And those 8 years, I realized, I thought going in, oh, yeah, I can handle this. But after a while, you realize that this is more than just a notion, and it begins to wear on you as the caregiver. So a lot of people that are caregivers, they suffer from that act. But different things, your emotional state. One thing you mentioned to me long ago, we found out You said to me one day, we got to have a good belly laugh every now and then, and laughter, a good
Yeah.
hearty laughter. It just stimulates positive endorphins in your system, and these cause chain reactions. So people that are sad, depressed, under a lot of emotional stress, this wears on you, and
Yeah.
this takes years from your life.
Exactly. That's a very, very good point. One of the things, Chief Heinba, is that I constantly, because people ask me, "Oh man, eat the way that you want, the way I want to. I do this," and I agree with them. I used to disagree with the no, 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 but I agree with them because that's their life. But the thing that we have today, we have choice. We have alternatives, and it's really important, especially we starting off with the new year, that we understand that we have a choice and that we have these alternatives that can actually decrease our risk of disease and illness. And other choices that one may make will increase their risk of disease and illnesses. And this is real important to know because it puts all of the responsibility back in our hands. So we're going to I'm going to see if we can add this to here. Some of the ways that the body can heal. And Chief Piamba, please feel free to comment on these things. I'm going to, I got a lot of stuff going on here, so I'm going to reduce it. So let's start off with the ways that the body heals, so that we'll get a good idea of that. Some of the ways that the body heals is rest, and rest is very important because it's important for repair, and the repair process is mostly done when we're asleep. So sleeping is a huge, huge factor when it comes to taking care of the human body. Now, some people are excited; they can't turn that TV off, but their brain is excited through the blue light that is causing overstimulated reactions. So looking at the desktop or into the phone or into TV, all of those things, again, boundaries, super, super important. A lot of these things that people have heard about because I've been teaching this stuff for a very long time, and it merits being repeated. I started off with one of the things before I even understood all of the pluses or the advantages of eating. I remember I was at Chief Piamba's house in Detroit. I remember the what was it, Chief? It was 14114, wasn't it? Abington.
Yes.
There you go. I remember because we used to write each other all the time, when that's way before the computers and all that stuff. And that it was really great. But I remember going over to Chief Piamba's home, and it was that was the first time that I saw. Just shows you how young I was. That was the first time that I saw a basket with fruit in it that was out on the table, because in my home there was insects and roaches and mice and all that stuff, because I lived in a real impoverished part of the city. And I remember asking Chief Pie, and I said, you don't put it in the refrigerator? And they said, no, you just leave it out on the table and just get what you want. And if you want the banana, if you want the orange, get the orange. And it was something that we would always do. He said, take as much as you need, but remember, replenish it so the next person to have something. And I remember I was just so excited about that. And then we started talking about the different types of, I think golden seal, and we were talking about, these herbs that's been around a long time. This is way back when, I mean, I was like a preteen. I think I was just really, no, I'm maybe a little older than that, maybe 16 or something like that. But I was really, really young. And just by the mentorship of Chief Payimba Nwalimu and other great leaders, they impress you for the rest of your life. And that's what I've done. And that's what we've done together. And of course, we're brothers like no other now. You know, I mean, we're family. But we've learned so many things together and had so much fun that it's just, that's the great thing about it. Don't forget to reward yourself. Also, it's great to to eat and sleep and make sure you're doing things that are helpful. But remember also to reward yourself, just like Chief Payimba said, with laughter. Laughter is a really, really strong medicine. Chief, did you want to say something else?
No, that was good. I know it's hard sometimes for people to see the laughter in it, but if you just keep a positive attitude, I don't care, even if it's a bill collector calling you. I had a bill collector call me one day, and most of the companies have transferred their collection agencies offshore because it's cheaper to hire these foreign people to do your talking. And so one guy called me from India, a bill collector, and he said, Jetto? And I said, hello? And he handed the phone to a Caucasian who said, I got you now. And I said, I'm not afraid to talk to you. But I got really upset and I hung up on him. I said, you're teaching these people to be as sneaky as you. And then and I hung up. And my heart was racing. My pulse was jumping. And I said, wow, I'm upset. So then the next time he called, I said, turn it into laughter. He said, Jetto? I said, Abdul, how are you? I said, how's the family? He says, my name is Philip. I says, oh, Abdul, quit kidding. I mean, how are the wife and kids? He says, I'm Philip. And he hung up. So, but after it was over, I said, now I feel like I should feel happy, and relaxed. Exactly. So turn any situation that you think is adverse, turn it into something positive, because there are only two things that can happen. You can worry about something because you can't fix it, or you can worry about it. Either you can fix it or you can't. So why worry about it? If you could fix it, don't worry about it. And if you've decided that you can't fix it, there's no need worrying about it either, because that's just the way it is. So, and you have a good saying, everything that's happening to you is happening for you.
Exactly.
I wanted to thank you. You've been giving me all these accolades, but actually, when I teach students, I expect them to turn 18 and go on and live their lives. But as you know, there are many of my students have stayed in my life as extended family. And I would like to just thank all of you, and thank you in particular for allowing me to share that life path that you have chosen. I've learned so much from you, just by exploring the herbs and things together. I've advanced just by knowing you. So thank you for allowing me to travel on this path with you.
Yes, indeed. I really appreciate that. I have I have all these awards of it, but you and we were in Atlanta, I believe, and I got the Against All Odds awards. I think that was that Atlanta? What, you remember we went up to?
Well, I remember we were in Atlanta and you were trying to sell a board to Jane Fonda's, people.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Wow. That's a low. Yeah, boy. That was a trip. Yeah, I remember that. But I was thinking about we've done a lot of things, and for those brothers and sisters that are listening, if you have a father and you have a mother, count yourself as being really, really blessed. I wasn't fortunate enough to have mother and father in one household, but I was fortunate enough to have a mother that was out of this world. And I learned so much from her. She was young and spunky and funny, and she was definitely, she had to put her foot down because it was 8 boys and 1 girl. And we learn as we continue to grow, how all of this plays a part of a long, healthy life. The part that Payimba and I, we had the kind of connection that's unbreakable. We would, always, we wouldn't even have to even discuss, have deep discussions about how we're going to do this and do that. We knew that we would come together and figure it out. And just things that that I observed in being healthy. Payimba's mother, how old was your mother when
she lived to be 93.
93 years old. Now, she got sick later on where she had to be taken care of, but and where Payimba was taking care of her. But this woman was in her, I guess it was, I think she might have been 60 something then, I guess, something like that. When she was, I'm going to see if I can find that too. She was jump roping. I mean, not just hopping over the rope a little bit. She was ticka, 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 ticka.
Yeah, double dutching.
Yes, she was incredible. So, life is beautiful. And as we continue to make decisions on how to eat these foods that are very life-giving, these foods that are healing, and continue to choose the foods that will keep your body filled with energy and taking away the inflammation and all the other things that you may get as side effects from food, and from the food that isn't so healthy. So, as I promised, I'm going to talk about these things, but I want to introduce you to Chief Payimba, and this is the man that you've heard me talked about so much, and we want to get him to come on more so that he can share more of this incredible. Because we haven't even started to talk about some of the things that you can do with your life, and that is starting off making healthy decisions. So, thank you, Chief Payimba, for being on. Is definitely a pleasure. I'm going to bring you down here. You can stay with us all the way through the show, and yes. I'm going to bring up Carolyn. Would you come up and reset?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif, and thank you, Chief Payimba, for your further information and just the bond. I love to see the back and forth that you have going on with Dr. Zarif. So that's always a pleasure. Of nature. Today we are talking about foods that heal. So thank you so much. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Dr. Farid Zarif. This is the very first show of the year. That's why I'm wearing my Happy New Year hat, just in case anyone's wondering. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm just so happy that you're all here to get this great information that Dr. Zarif has to share with us. So Dr. Zarif, go ahead and take it away. Foods that heal.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go over here. I see on Instagram, we have a lot of folks over here. So I want to take a little time to, peace, my brother, Solistic Food.
Hey,
yeah. Shatam is here. God, man, we miss you, man. So glad to see you. Way to start off the first of the year. Also wanted to say hello to 786 Marsha. Thank you for being here. James Norman is in the house. Thank you, my brother. Detroit representing. Shirley Love 2 is in the house. Thank you for being here. We have Drew Gardner is here. And Santiago Bond 5 is here. And again, yeah, I want to give it up to Solistic Food.
Yeah,
Peace, peace, brother.
Just really quick, Michael Carlisle, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey!
Yolanda Rogers, hey. Denise Kane,
Yolanda. That's wow.
Okay.
We got the whole family on it. That's beautiful. It's great to see everybody. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. So I'm going to shoot through this right fast, okay, so we can get this done. I want to also share this up on the stage so that you can see it. So let's go into some of the things, the ways that we can heal the body, so that at least you can take this as we finish up on the show today. So some of the ways that your body can heal, like we talked about the rest when recovering from an illness or injury or surgery, is very important. To allow your body to rest, because it repairs. And that's why while you're in the hospital, it's very difficult sometimes to get rest unless you're there for a long stay. But a lot of times the doctors keep you up because they're doing testing, making sure that you're getting the best foods to help you to heal. And many foods, including fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats and protein sources, have been shown to reduce inflammation, improve the immune function, promote healing, and to provide the fuel necessary for you to get mend. And that just means healed. And that's that's super important to choose the best foods. And the best foods don't necessarily mean those that are go unmarked, like a perfect pear or a perfect banana. What I mean by the best foods to help you heal are the best meals, like the beans and rice, and any, like the vegetables, without adding all the salt, maybe a little dash or something like that if you got to have it. But you remember that wherever you have sodium, you're going to have water. Wherever you have water, you're going to have an increase in size and pressure. So those of you that are overdoing it with the sodium, take that into account. Now, I wanted to go over briefly another way. That was just some of the ways, as far as like looking at this, which is the reasons that we need, if we just walk through life like we don't need any type of rest or community, human connection, then we end up struggling through life, because we stay in this survival type level that makes us constantly wanting to survive instead of thrive. Okay, so now I wanted to just to go over, there's another way that we can help our bodies to heal, and that is with water. Pure, mineral-rich, clean water that offers incredible benefits for your body and your mind. So some of the things that I wanted to go over with you, and we've gone over this, and we'll go to a fuller extent at another presentation. But keep in mind that what you should be looking for in drinking water. Some of the things like is free of contaminants like fungi, bacteria, and parasites. That is rich in essential minerals like sulfur, manganese, and calcium. That is alkaline, which means that it has a pH above 7, and that it may offer added benefits. So where you can get the highest quality water to nourish your body is not the faucet. However, over the years, we have really mastered keeping our water clean and healthy, so that we can use that water in the most sanitized ways and the healthiest ways, as we continue to drink it and bathe in it, cook with it, and all the other things that come along with using fresh water. Now, where can you get your water? Start off with spring water. Spring water is sourced and strong safely. It's your best bet, actually. When we talk about spring water, this is a pure source of water straight from Mother Earth. It delivers many vitamins and minerals to your body. Another way to get these minerals back in your body would be through water, because water in its natural state has all of the vitamins and the minerals in it. Well water is another. Now, well water, you don't hear that or see that in the stores, but the water that comes from the wells is sometimes actually called hard water. And that's the water that you'll see with the calcium, or you'll see with other dried minerals, and that's what makes the water hard. Hard would be also, you can see it on the faucet, where there's a buildup and a caking of those different minerals, and that's you want to make the water harder, especially like if you have children using them in appliances. All of those are some of the use, and using the water takes a higher amount of certain minerals than our body can handle. People who drink water from the wrong wells can develop dry hair and dull skin. So it's really about learning about more about the sources. Tap water, again, did you know that the water that most of us drink is tap water? But again, keep in mind that we have incredible and powerful labs that actually clean our water. Now, there's some water that we should not drink, especially wastewater. And wastewater is just like it sounds. It's not drinkable water. It's not fresh, and it's not healthy water, not for the human body. But the wastewater is used on things like the golf course, foundries, hospitals, universities. So that is worthy of being understood, because tap water also comes with other micro in different nutrients. And one of those micronutrients would be fluoride. Now, fluoride is known while the health officials state that the fluoridation of water helps to protect the tooth enamel. And tooth enamel, by the way, is the hardest substance in our body. Now, some people think it's the femur bone, or they'll think it's the skull, but those are strong bones. But your enamel is super important, so you should guard that because it is definitely worthy of taking care of. Because as you eat and you get older, you eat certain foods, some people's teeth will crack. Others may wobble if they have pyorrhea or periodontal disease. And this is why it's important to choose your water, your bread, your grains, your beans, your peas, your lentils, all of those things. It is worth taking time and finding out what they're going to do for your body. Tap water can be full of hidden toxins and pharmaceuticals. Even under current Environmental Protection Agency standards, tap water can contain trace levels of pesticides, harsh chemicals, aluminum, plastic, and heavy metals. Plus, the tap water treated with chlorine to kill bacteria. So chlorine is the same chemical that's poured into public swimming pools. Now, these are in some public swimming pools, they still use the chlorine, but most use salt now, just like the bodies of salt water, like the Pacific Ocean and like the Atlantic. These are, the largest bodies of water on the planet. And it's very important, of course, to know the difference. There's water that you can drink and water that you can't drink. But by all means, start using some kind of form of hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is just another name for aquatherapy or water therapy. And it's a type of physical therapy that utilizes the water in order to provide many forms of relief. And hydrotherapy has been around as long as people have been taking baths. So it's really important to understand that you can use this water not only for cleaning yourself, but you can help yourself to heal. And even if you don't have any pain throughout your body, still take time to relax yourself and to breathe, sit down in the bath and just allow yourself to relax for a good at least 20 minutes. And you can do this periodically because it is very helpful to your brain and your heart and the organs of your body. Now, there's types of hydrotherapy, and it ranges from casual at-home treatments to professional treatments in special facilities. Your needs will determine the type of hydrotherapy that you get. So this is some therapy that is actually wonderful because it helps, again, relax your mind, your muscles, and this is really great, especially to extend or to do eccentric exercise or motions. Very, very important. And these are things that you can start doing on a weekly basis. Let's go ahead and pass that. The next thing that I want to talk about is the temperature of water is super important. Dead sea salts, making sure you do that periodically. Some people shower a lot, all the time for some people, but every once in a while you want to take a bath. Oh, you may say, I don't want to take a bath because I don't want to sit in a body of water or in the bath and all my dirt is in the water, or my soil body and fluids there all in the water. Well, you know what? You can take a shower, which is a pre-bath. Take a nice shower, wash yourself down really, really good, and then run your water. And then you can sit in the tub. Your body is clean and you can relax without the thought of sitting in soiled water. Okay. So that's very important. Water temperature, then buoyancy, naturally floating water, so you can relax yourself. And resistance, is harder to move through water than air because of the resistance. And this helps you to build muscle strength, by the way. A lot of resistance, not a couple of baths per year. You got to do that on a steady basis. I'm going to stop right now just so we can go to Care. And Care, if you have anything that you want to add to as far as questions or comments that we have on our YouTube or the different networks. Let's see if we can answer some questions.
The one question that I see here is from Michelle saying, what's the best water to drink?
What's the best water to drink? I always say the spring water and purified spring water. Now, there are natural waters that are higher in alkalinity, but keep in mind, alkaline water does not make your cells alkaline. And I understand the understanding of that kind of process, but the best water is to drink purified or filtered. You make sure that you filter your water if you have it coming out of the faucet with things like Mavita, or you might have Zero, the Zero filtration system, which is inexpensive. You can get these at like Walmart or Target. And then you also have other huge, more professional softeners like Culligan and other softeners that can purify or filter your water. But yeah, that's the deal with the water. What's the best water to drink in a real simple, short term? Oh, anything else we got over there, Kara?
No, I think we're good. That was one of the questions I saw.
Okay, great. So let's go back here. I'm so excited to finally have Chief Pineapple Nwalimu on the show. I've been wanting him to be here for a long time because talking about jewels. We're gonna get a lot of jewels. He has some incredible and helpful information, and just a brilliant altogether, brother. Just incredible. Let's go on with hydrotherapy. Isn't a standard treatment for anything. It focuses on relieving broader symptoms, particularly pain, stiffness, and swelling. Pain, stiffness, and swelling. Now, you notice I didn't say aspirin or taking some kind of pharmaceutical. This is just sitting in water so that it can address some of the health conditions like arthritis, cerebral palsy, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, neuropathies, and Parkinson's disease. All of these are important. And even when it comes to burn injuries, pressure water is an effective way to clean burned skin and reduce burn symptoms. Then it also great, hydrotherapy is great for pregnancy. Hydrotherapy can lower the anxiety and pain of pregnant people. Then recovery. When it comes to recovery, a great way to exercise after an injury or surgery. It can stimulate your recovery process, though it may also increase your risk of infection depending on how clean the water is. So you need clean water. It's good to take water and filter it. Some people have all the water, including the water that goes on the grass. Everything is it goes through this filtration. So that's getting bigger and bigger today because we're getting more and more knowledgeable about how we can take care of ourselves. Okay, before we go, I want to keep these things in mind. Here are some things to add to your grocery list. These are some of the foods that heal your body. Leafy green vegetables. I'm just going to go through this, add these to it. Now, I know everybody isn't a vegan or a vegetarian even, but I am reporting this information so that you'll be able to use it if you are there, meaning that if that's what you eat, if you eat dairy products now, that's where you are right now. So we start with where you are. So we don't want to run anybody away, but we want to give you the best information about where you are. Does that make sense? Okay. So, all right. Let's start with eggs then. And eggs, following surgery, your body needs significantly more protein. So the importance of using eggs can really come into play there. Next would be salmon. Now, salmon has vitamin B, the B vitamin, that whole B family, selenium, iron, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids. Got me off guard there. Omega-3 fatty acids are important, especially when we talk about dementia today, eating those foods that will protect your brain from brain shrinkage and sclerotic effects of the brain, which means hardening of the brain. Omega-3 fatty acids are super important. As a matter of fact, take your time to read up on EFAs, which stands for essential fatty acids. And this will help us from the headaches that come along with aging. Then there are berries. Berries are very important as far as your nutrients and plant compounds. Nuts and seeds. Now, this is super important because we also get the phytosterols from the nuts and seeds. Phytosterols stand for plant fats. These are fats that our bodies cannot make on their own. And you can also use them for great snacking. Then we have poultry. Some people still eat things like turkey and chicken and those kinds of foods. Well, specific amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein, phenylalanine, valine. When you talk about isoleucine, lysine, all of those are different ways that you can increase your protein, and you can also eat poultry as it has some of the properties for healing wounds and increasing immune function. Organ meats, cruciferous vegetables, shellfish, sweet potatoes, sardines, unripe bananas. Now, these also have ways that you can, like, for instance, most people don't use bananas for this, but banana peels that are unripe, bananas unripe, or the unripe banana, even they're very hard to get to because when as the banana breaks down and more sugar is released, it's softer. But when you get it and it's hard, it still is good for treatment for diarrhea. So if you ever have diarrhea and the runs, the unripe bananas are perfect. And you have other foods like honey, especially Manuka honey today, very, very important. And it goes on and on and on. So there you have it, everybody. These are some of the things that you can add to your diet, some of the things that are very important. Remember that food alone doesn't heal, but the combination of your food, such as along with your rest, along with exercise, along with sharing laughter, as Chief Payamba said, all of those things are very important. And these are some of the foods that will help your body to heal. All right. So I'm going to remove that. Thank you so much for being everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's really, really cool. I am going to start off the year by bringing Chief Payamba back up just so that we can do our well wishes all together. And thank you very much for being here today, Chief Payamba and Wally Moo. Is really, really great to see you. Before you go, would you tell everybody the meaning of Payamba and Wally Moo?
Well, Mwali Mu is Swahili, Kiswahili. It simply means teacher. Payamba is a name that I received from the spiritual world. It means eternal flame, perpetual light, continuous enlightenment.
Oh, excellent. Wow. Whoa. That is a backpack right there, boy. That's beautiful. That is actually beautiful. I love the power of names, and it's really even Carolyn. We have applied care there because this sister right here. I've never met a woman as so incredible. Just really, really helpful and loving. And we went through that year like that. And we just said we had a meeting and we went through that. It's not easy because there's a lot of research and there's a lot of learning and there's a lot of fun once we get it together. So thank you, everybody. Let's see if we can get Chief Payamba. You're always welcome to come on. Just let me know anytime that you want to come on. We'd love to have you, and we can learn so much from you. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. All right, we're going to see everybody next week, and Happy New Year to you all. we're going to make a very, very exciting year. So thank you for being here. I'm Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist.
And I'm Carolyn Gentle. Thank you all so much for joining us today.